Good morning or good afternoon according to your personal circumstances. I am Dr. Scott Smith, and my background is in traffic safety, vocational rehabilitation, life care planning, and for the last 10 years I've been doing multiple research endeavors related to traffic safety. One of my research endeavors has been to evaluate the potential benefit of mental health screening on DUI recidivism. Approximately a year ago, Dr. Soon with Civil Engineering at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and myself developed a grant application which was later funded through the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. And our overall goal is to develop a screening mechanism for DUI defendants for the hope of assisting judges, defense attorneys, prosecutors, and also mental health professionals to understand the interrelationship between mental health and DUI occurrence, likewise recidivism. This specific presentation is geared towards prosecutors, district attorneys, assistant district attorneys. I know within several jurisdictions there's several names, but basically this is focused on the individuals seeking to prosecute DUI defenders. There will be 4 sets of presentations, one for judges, one for district attorneys, one for defense attorneys, and also one for mental health providers. This is going to focus on prosecutors. These are individuals that are obtaining information related to an offense and likewise utilizing a judge in order to offer an appropriate decision and likewise sentence. This is intended for you. This is intended to understand your role and to address your potential role, not only within the court system, but more specifically, how it could be utilized within implementation of CARS. The objective of this training is relatively simple. I want everyone to understand the CARS system and its functionality. I want to recognize the potential role of mental health screening in DUI cases. And also within this training, I want to learn how to utilize CARS results to support effective case strategies. Why does mental health screening matter? There's a direct connection between mental health disorders and impaired driving. Essentially, if individuals have mental health, there is an increased occurrence for poor decision making, such as DUI. And something I want you to recognize is that through CARS screening, through understanding of the co-occurrence of mental health and DUI offenses, that perhaps this can reduce recidivism. And then likewise, by reducing recidivism, there is a goal to promote public safety through informed case strategies. Brief history of CARS. The CARS system was originally developed in about 2010 at Harvard University through an implementation. And likewise, within Louisiana, it originated approximately in 2012, in which it was piloted on a very limited basis. And now, through the pilot, it's hoping to be implemented on a broader basis. Data is not available yet within Louisiana regarding number of cases and also long-term implementation to evaluate recidivism or potential recidivism. However, it has resulted in reduced recidivism in other areas of the country in which it's been implemented. It is hoped that it is being adopted in Louisiana as an integrated part of the statewide initiative to address DUI offenses. Ultimately, what we're hoping to do is 2 years ago the pilot was completed. Now we're hoping to implement it and likewise make changes, and if possible, make it a part of the judicial system through later implementation through legislation. CARS simplifies mental health screening into basically 3 steps. The defendant completes an assessment, the results are analyzed and compiled into a report, and then prosecutors receive insights and recommend interventions based upon the screening itself. Again, what will happen is the screen will be completed, a report will be developed, It'll be provided to the judge, and then based upon discretion of the judge and the prosecutor, perhaps defendants will receive a copy, and then likewise that is hoped to guide those decisions. How does the assessment occur? It's conducted through a computer, tablet, or in person. It's self-paced. It includes questions related to 13 mental health components. The environment seeks to be confidential, non-confrontational, and again, it's tailored to reduce anxiety and promote participation. The implementation and use of the CAR system is not intended to be stressful, but rather is completed through a tablet and through several questions. It takes approximately 20 minutes to complete, and individualized training can give you a specific example of how it can be implemented. Responses are analyzed using database algorithms. It identifies primary, secondary conditions, and likewise, something that's important to recognize is that the screening itself has gone through both reliability. The screening itself has both high reliability and validity. After completion of the CAR screening, then what happens is a report is generated and given to the applicable individuals. The report features includes a summary of mental health findings, recommendations for treatments, and also programs available within the programs available not necessarily within Lafayette, but across the state according to the specific district. And then likewise, it offers a particular case strategy. Benefits for prosecutors are relatively simple. It offers database decision-making. It offers tailored recommendations, and it offers evidence for rehabilitation-focused approaches. Regarding data-driven decision-making, again, it is intended that the CAR system offers comprehensive mental health evaluation, which seeks to replace subjective judgments. And likewise, some key advantages is that it enhances case consistency and fairness as opposed to subjective judgments across defendants, and also builds credibility within the court system across multiple providers by building credibility specifically with data-based arguments in court. Customization through the data, customized recommendations may be provided based on the needs of each offender. And then likewise, from a prosecutorial impact, you can use tailored recommendations during negotiations or sentencing proposals. And then likewise, it offers objective data to improve alignment between sentencing goals and offender recommendation. Hopefully what it seeks to do is to improve rehabilitation outcomes by targeting interventions, as opposed to offering in globo or generalized components of rehabilitation. It hopes to identify target interventions, and likewise, ultimately what it hopes to do is to provide safer roads and reduce DUI-related fatalities. And also what it seeks to do is to improve perception of the judicial system by having a systematic process in which to offer sentencing and also assessment of mental health. How can you incorporate CARs into your practice or into the court system? Essentially what you need to do is to train staff. Right now there's a mechanism through the grant for staff to provide, for myself and other CAR staff to provide training on how to implement the CAR system. And then likewise, it is intent not for the system to be utilized only by judges or to be only understood by judges, but rather for the system to be understood by judges, prosecutors, defense attorneys, and likewise mental health providers. Something that's important to recognize is that I recognize there may be concern. The CAR system does offer a reliable and valid mechanism to screen mental health. Something that's important to recognize is there's a difference between screening and assessment. In this situation, CARS provides simply a screening. It provides an initial review. It is not an assessment. While a mental health provider may complete the screening, it's not necessary. Also, what it does is it maintains prosecutorial discretion. The data is limited to the person completed the assessor and also the individuals that are involved in the process. It's not posted on the web. It's not. It doesn't have limited HIPAA components. And also something it does is it ensures confidentiality and data security by having limited accessibility to only the screener and also the court processes. Now, importantly, what we're trying to do is to simply introduce the CAR system within the Louisiana judicial system. Additional videos will be offered regarding specific implementation. This is intended for a general audience and also to spark interest in the system. Again, this is Dr. Scott Smith. My email is tscottsmith@aol.com. I'm working with a collaborative grant through Louisiana Highway Safety Commission and University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Within the present website, my contact information is available for additional information. Thank you.